Hello everyone, today we'll study two types of cells. The first one is prokaryotic cell. Prokaryotic cell are simple, small, primitive kind of cell, and the main characteristic of these cells are they lack nucleus and other membrane bounded organelles. They are divided into two different groups, bacteria and archaebacteria. Now, eukaryotic cell. Eukaryotic cell have a well-defined nucleus and they contain various cell organelles. Example of eukaryotic cell are plant, animal and fungi. Now, let us discuss the structure of a prokaryotic cell. This is the diagram of a bacterial cell. The outer layer is capsule. It is not present in all the bacteria. It is made up of polypeptide or polysaccharide. The main function of a capsule is it stick to the surface and it provide protection to the bacteria by hiding it from the host immune system. The second layer is cell wall. It is made up of peptidoglycan. It helps in maintaining the shape of a bacteria and it also provides protection to the bacteria. The third layer is plasma membrane. It controls the flow of solute or material from inside to outside of the cell and from outside to inside of the cell. This long thread-like structure is known as flagellum. It helps in bacterial movement. Now, this hair-like structure is known as pili. It helps in the attachment of bacteria to the another bacteria and also help in transfer of genetic material. This plasma membrane encloses all the content and this content is known as cytoplasm. Cytoplasm contain ribosome which help in protein synthesis. In case of a prokaryotic cell, they are of 70S type. They also contain plasmid. This is extra chromosomal DNA which have various drug resistant genes. The genetic material or DNA of a prokaryotic cell is present in cytoplasm. It is known as nucleoid. Now let's discuss the typical structure of a eukaryotic cell. This is the diagram of an animal cell. The outer layer is called as cell membrane. In case of plant cell, there is one more covering present outside the cell membrane which is known as cell wall. So eukaryotic cells are more complex cells. They contain various cell organelles and their genetic material. This is the genetic material of a eukaryotic cell which is stored inside a nucleus. A nucleus is a double membranous structure and the outer layer forms many folds and these folds are attached to ribosome. These are ribosome and this structure as a whole is known as rough endoplasmic reticulum. It helps in protein synthesis. These are the small pore in the nuclear membrane and these are known as nuclear pore. This is structure which does not have any ribosome attached to it. It is known as smooth endoplasmic reticulum. It helps in lipid synthesis. Now, beside that, we also have Golgi body. These help in protein modification and protein sorting. These are small secretory vesicles. They carry cargo material from one part of the cell to the another part of the cell. For example, from Golgi body to the plasma membrane. This is the structure of a lysosome. Lysosomes are known as suicidal bag of a cell because they contain various hydrolytic enzymes. This is peroxisome where the lipid breakdown or fatty acid breakdown take place. This is the structure of a mitochondria, which is known as powerhouse of the cell, because here the ATP production take place. Now these are ribosome, and these all are present in cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is all the content of the cell except the nucleus. Now let's discuss the basic difference between a eukaryotic cell and a prokaryotic cell. The first, prokaryotic cell are simple, primitive. Eukaryotic cell are more complex, as you have already seen in the diagram. As far as the size is concerned, prokaryotic cell are very small as compared to eukaryotic cell. Now nucleus is absent in case of prokaryotic cell, and it is present in eukaryotic cell, which store the genetic material DNA. Here in prokaryotic cell we don't have any membrane bounded organelles, but in case of eukaryotic cell we have various membrane bounded organelles like mitochondria, Golgi body. Now ribosome, as I told you earlier, they have 70S type of ribosome, they have 80S type of ribosome. Cell wall is present in bacterial cell and it is made up of peptidoglycan. In case of animal cell, cell wall is absent and it is made up of cellulose in plant cell. Plant cell contain cell wall. Genetic material is very simple. In prokaryotic cell, it is single, it is circular. But in case of eukaryotic cell, we have multiple chromosome and it is linear. The both end of the genetic material are open. Now plasmid, as you have seen that prokaryotic cell contain plasmid, but in case of eukaryotic cell, they are rarely seen in some fungi. Cell division is binary fission in case of prokaryotic cell. In case of eukaryotic cell, it is occur by the process of meiosis and mitosis. Reproduction in this case is asexual. In prokaryote, it is asexual. In eukaryote, it is both asexual and sexual. Example, you have already known archaea and bacteria are the example of prokaryotic cell. Animal, plant and fungi are the example of eukaryotic cell.